All right, dear doctors, this is Dr. Shahriar. We're just going to start the session. We do have a session coming up, but before that, so many straight out candidates we have. And I think just got a little request, so like what really to do at the last moment. First of all, you can take it in funny way or not. I mean, no suggestion is the best suggestion. I mean, just immediately before the exam, actually. Now, many of your exam is just like we can say uh, 7 days left or like 10 days left, right? So so starting with the funny thing, no suggestion is the best suggestion, at the very last moment of your exam, actually. But a few things I can share on the basis, because we have gone through this particular part and this that, actually. I mean, what is most important, because we have gone through, probably I'm the like experienced most to give this suggestion. I mean, not only because of my exam experience, because I hear many of our candidates experience in last 19 years. Actually, I'm recording this video on 2025 November. It's about to we have 2026, actually. So many years, it's been in this field, actually. And you know so let's just give a few tips, actually, what I felt was most important. Yeah. Actually, I got even more benefit in AMC part 2, even doing those things. Actually, I was totally all out, actually, even during the part 2 things, actually. So even I went to like uh, initially I landed on Sydney, then went to Melbourne, actually. And whatever's supposed to happen will happen. That was the thing. Not really bother, because part 2 is little different. It's clinical virginity. You don't have to remember so many things at a time, rather than it's more skillful things. So for part 2, it was little different. So same again for the MC part 1 candidate. So very, very important, try not to study too much, in last 3 days. Okay, so this is like, I mean, very important. And to study too much, actually, whatever just necessary, 5 hours, 6 hours. I mean, stress will come out. I mean, that might hamper a lot of things, actually. Second, another point I wanted to highlight, you need to sleep well. Sleep and rest. Is this happening, because so many of you are attending right now? Do you feel like restless sometimes nowadays? I mean, even though you are sitting, I mean, not studying, but there is a certain level of like restless, like, oh my God, what will happen? I mean, there's inside so much fear. It's happening all the time, actually. Right. So that's something, and you don't feel good because of, yeah, some people say, and good, and even if you're not studying, that you mean to take rest, but you are frustrated, and out of that frustration, you again open the book and feel like, okay, at least I should do something, actually. But honestly, just chill, like nothing you can do. Whatever's supposed to happen with your preparation. So sleep and rest well. Especially, I wanted to highlight the day before the exam. Uh, Try to have a 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And if anyone is watching, this section, and they have exam later, it's try, take your exam date in the second half. Like, some exams are like 11. Yeah, or some exams are even much later. I think, there was 3 p.m. slots as well. So much later it's better, because otherwise you have to get up too early, actually. Okay, so that's like a small tip, actually. Okay. uh yeah, you will feel like depressed, this that, every single thing will come up, bipolar, and yeah, but it's not fruitful, actually, at the same time. Now, uh, next coming is a quick. That's why these batches are useful. Like, last moment revision. We are trying at least some. You feel like something is happening. You can at least figure out from that one. I mean, why we are reviewing few things at the end. You at least can figure out what probably you can't remember. So for me, it was important. Like a quick revision is important, and um, among them, I mean, uh, try remember uh, something something you forgot. maybe a tough one like developmental milestone. We're talking about these suggestions in the last 7 8 days. Yeah, something you can't recall, a ECG picture you can't recall, so you need to keep studying inside. That's my like more suggestion, not like always like a virtually, so you can just can be blank and thinking as a brainstorming, or by close your eyes, try to imagine like the pages, try to imagine that what other topics that you are familiar, and what are the topics you are not familiar actually. So quick revision. So focus on important um, topic which you can't remember. So just open book and see them in that case actually. So just open the book and see those things in that case actually. Recall is something ongoing that particular time, especially double check even in the last 1 week, double check last 1 year. If you are a November candidate, check the previous year's Novembers. And also even in the last 2 3 days, you can also double revise the you know last 3 months at least. you know Telling all these things from my exam experience, even from the last 3 months, if you check all of them, you might get a lot, because that's that particular years actually. Okay, so recall like last 1 year you try to check, or at least last 3 months in last 3 days. Yeah, but make sure you don't push yourself too hard. That's one of the thing actually. Few things will come regarding the traveling. If you are traveling, um, yeah, please make sure you you know take all your belongings, especially your passport and your other IDs like bank cards and this that actually. Please make sure you take these things actually for the exam days. So here is the important tip here, especially that's a time management related. So what you can do these 7 days, that's why we are conducting a lot of mocks for you, with 150. I mean, don't judge yourself too much about that mock or too much educational now. Don't push. You just try to manage that particular time management. So you already mentioned, like, since flag options are gone, so in 50 minute, sorry, in 50 questions, you try to finish in 60 minutes. Yet there will be another 20 25 minutes will be left roughly, but honestly speaking, you cannot finish always like 50 questions 60 minutes. So to be in the safe side, that is how you need to calculate. That means in 30 minutes there is like 25, you roughly try to finish actually one question 1 minute. And of course the ethical question you cannot finish in 1 minute, it will definitely take you 2 minutes. Okay, so that's how the things are. Of course, we always talk about the mental health and this that we already mentioned. So try to be relaxed and chill. So these are very, very important. So double check the time management, which I feel is more important. And also, try not to overthink. This is another group of doctors, because we understand this thing, they all overthink too much actually at the last one. Okay, I have to do this, I have to do that, and this, that. Okay, so please make sure, like, it should be gradually, you should be resting and relaxing, because you feel like you should be having like the preparation, because it's not a 15 days exam, it's a 1 day exam. So in 1 day event, at the last moment, too many things you cannot do actually by even studying too much actually. Okay, so don't overthink and manage your stress well. Understand one thing, this stress can make you fail in the exam. So that's very, very, so this is another thing that, exam hall related some suggestions actually. So those, I think we already posted in YouTube in past. But you can take some sweets with you to eat during the exam. Of course, you have to come out, I mean, through the security door to eat that one. That's fine actually. Yes. Uh, Great. And last but not the least, you know, at this particular point, I mean, talk to your, some like a parents, maybe your mom, maybe your dad, and take prayers from them actually, in that case actually. Or you can text your teacher when I'm stressed, like send me good wishes. So whoever the person, his words can be uh, very useful for you. I mean, works as like a tonic. Probably you can just tell them that okay, so things are fine and this that. And one last more thing, check the exam center day before exam. That will also release some stress actually. So you see, these are more like a not a ongoing study tips. It's more like a uh, we recommend you to sleep well, eat well, stay calm, and study like a maybe 7 8 hours. I mean, don't go too much, especially in last few days. Nothing much you can change actually. So these are some of the particular tips I think I can give you for the exam at that point. Actually, I hope that's useful. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the inquiry zone.